I thought my foundations might be too soft, too easy. And this past week really tested that because nothing dramatic happened, but everything happened. Last week, I said that I was going to not add anything new. I just wanted to focus on consistency and without any intensity. And letting what I've built so far, my foundations, kind of settle in. And yeah, and those foundations were simple. Drinking water first thing in the morning, stretching and staying aware of my body and my posture, and walking every day, even if it's simply just to the mailbox, and showing up mentally to work and doing my daily videos, and here I am with my weekly updates. It's nothing extreme, and I'm really glad that I kept it that way, because when I got back from Vegas, I was exhausted. Sleep was off, my energy was super low, and a lot of things happened. My staff called out of work, and even my days off turned into work days. And if my foundations had been complicated and or demanding, I for sure would have just dropped them all off together. But luckily, I kept them simple and they were all doable. And that really felt like a win to me. I'm still working on my Vegas video, and that'll be its own thing. But what I'll say here is this. Trips, vacations, and outings used to really feel like an escape for me. This Vegas trip especially. It used to be freedom from my routine. Free to do whatever I wanted without any responsibilities. And I enjoyed my time there, yes, but I didn't feel like I needed it. And coming home didn't feel like a bummer at all, like a letdown of, oh man, I have to go back to the grind. But it felt like a contrast. And I realized I can carry my habits with me wherever I went. And that surprised me. About my foundations that I've built, to be honest with you, a part of me this whole time kept thinking, this is too easy. Go hard or go home, and I'm realizing that was my old mindset that was ingrained in me from my years playing football and doing martial arts. It's that Spartan thinking, that whole intensity over everything, do or die, And I'm realizing that intensity isn't the same as sustainability at all. And now that I'm older and hopefully a little wiser, I realize life is all about longevity. And it brought me back down to my basic roots of why I started this whole thing. And it's about Kaizen. It's a Japanese philosophy about small incremental changes over time will build something that I can carry over years. And really, I'm doing this to become who I want to be and who my family needs me to be. So after Vegas, it was Valentine's Day. Long shift. I had multiple staff calling off that day, and that day off turned into work, of course. But overall, I still wanted to be intentional about love. Not just because it was Valentine's Day, but because choosing love matters. My wife has been carrying a lot, lack of sleep, caring for the baby, worrying about the future, just balancing work and just everything. And I realized something, that showing love isn't about the occasion. It's about the decision to do so with intent every day. And especially when you're tired, which we both are. And another thing is that's also very important is being able to accept love. That really matters. Like letting someone care about you or letting someone support you. It's part of growth and it's part of love. Anyways, this week taught me something simple. Stability feels better than stimulation. And real progress is when days don't shake you, no matter what kind of day. And when lack of sleep doesn't derail you, and when plans change, but it doesn't frustrate you. You just carry on and adjust. Not dramatically and not perfectly, just steadily, without complaint, without any negativity. That's what I've learned this past week. So, we are at week 7. And I wanted to challenge myself a little bit this week. I'm keeping all my foundations that we've been building, the water in the mornings, stretching and posture awareness, walking every day, touching the mailbox, and showing up mentally to work, and keeping up with my daily uploads, which I've been doing. Thank you for following along if you have. And I'll be adding 2 new things starting this week, along with all those. First, very simple, adding at least 30 grams of protein with my first meal. Not going to be obsessing over macros or calorie counting and all that. Just, I wanted to anchor my day for the better. And to be honest with you, oatmeal is getting very boring. So, moving on, the second thing I'll be adding is what I'm calling the ones rule. I'm going to be doing 4 movements, 1 rep each. Yes, you heard me correctly, 1 rep each every day. And those movements will be 1 push-up, 1 sit-up, 1 squat, and 1 hip hinge, also known as a good morning. And that's it. It sounds almost too small, and that's the point. Even on my most exhausting day, I could still just do 1, right? And when it starts to feel easy, I'll increase the reps slowly, or just simply do that 1 rep as slowly as I possibly can. I'm just trying to build the identity first and building intensity later. So, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I need to overhaul my life, or I need to go on some crazy extreme diet or fitness plan, you don't. Just start small. So small that it almost feels silly and dumb. Drink water first thing in the morning. Do 1 push-up. Go touch the mailbox. Build something that survives your worst day. Because that's what becomes you. Week 7 starts now. And if you want to build this with me, I document my daily days and I reflect on it weekly. You don't have to change everything at once. You just have to show up one day at a time. I'll see you tomorrow.